Welcome back to Spartacus Games and the gameplay of Terminal 1, the simulator and or tycoon airport game that is out. I'm playing this on the PC. My name is Spartacus. I want to welcome you back. Make sure that you subscribe and like the video. That's helpful and free. Now, in the last episode, we ended that last episode at day 57 with a negative $2,000 balance. And we had 3 loans taken out, totaling $18,300. I have, as I mentioned at the end of the last video, I've played through doing no building, but played through just to get the debt paid off and get some money in the bank that we could actually work with. So today, game day wise, that was day 57. This is day 67. It took 10 days to pay off all the debt and come out of the hole 2000 and also get a positive starting day of $7,800. The previous day, day 66, I only had 4,200. I wanted to have over 5,000 before I came back because you can't really do anything unless you got some decent money. The focus of this, I had talked about in the last episode that we were going to mess around with these aprons, and that is true. We are going to do some of that in this episode. However, the focus is charting a new path for this airport. We're having some service issues down here with these cargo flights, and our service ratings have dropped drastically. They're in the 70s, which is not horrendous. Right, but as you can see, the last 10 days and having put all those cargo aprons down on the bottom of the map really affected the ability to get turnaround time. I think I have a solution for that, but it's going to cost some money, right? Additionally, you can see the flight numbers are up. I think I might have the... Oh, I don't have private jets on. Okay. So we're up without private jets. So one of the issues is that we're getting cargo transfer time at 2:07 and flight checks at 2:15. That's on this apron. On this one, we're getting much lower numbers, which an average service time of 1:19. So that's great. 150 with the cargo transfer high and flight checks are high. Flight checks 211, that's controlling that one. Flight checks at 336, cargo was at 2 something. And then this one, flight checks at 241. Now flight checks come from hangars. So this is where the flight check vehicles are, and we have 3, 6, 9, 12. What we need to do to solve that flight check problem is we need to put a hangar down here that's accessible by a runway. So a runway plane can come down, come in, and then it can leave. That will improve our flight check times for these aprons, which will be very helpful. Hangars need tugs. Well, we have a tug depot here, which potentially is sufficient enough, although we could add another one somewhere, maybe in here. In addition to that, as I mentioned in the last episode, when I put this taxiway down, it's quite a long taxiway. So it takes quite a while to get up to the apron, which is way up, or to the runway, which is way up here. So we may need another runway down here and start rebuilding. We'll have to take a look at that. Also, I noticed as the game was on 3X and going through, I watched this runway, which is a landing only runway, and I noticed that not a single plane came off and went this way. They all went the other way over to here, And all of these planes obviously then come up here. They either turn here or they come down and go here. So we can save. There's maintenance carry costs associated with having this taxiway up here. We pay $2 a day for every taxiway tile that we have on the screen. I mean, this is probably, let's see here. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 tiles, 27 tiles at $2 a day. So that's $60, $54. That's real money that can be realized back in to the revenue of the airport. I also think I can do it. I know I can do a diagonal one and don't have to come all the way down here like this. It can go diagonal. So that may be something we want to look at doing. But we need to get... Oh, and I also wanted to improve cargo by adding another cargo depot, and I was going to put it right on this road. So let's do that first. Okay, then we're going to add a, let me see if that tug depot will go in here. It's not going to go in there because it's 2x2, not 3x3. I've got a 3x2 section, but not, oh, well, I could remove, oh, I can't remove that. That's a runway. Okay, so we're looking for a 3x3 square. I'm just gonna put a hangar in here. Huh? I'll have to look at that in a second. It says no outcoming runway connected. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. And then I'm going to put the tug depot next to that. So what I need to do is look at this, because this runway, right, so it's got directional arrows, so it can only come down. Let me do the same for here. Same for here. Yeah, those are good. Oh, I know why. Because it can't go around. Because I cut that off there. Yeah, but I could do this here. So then I'm going to get rid of this directional arrow here. There we go. So now we're going to have flight check, which we need to get the trucks. Okay. We got 3 flight checks, tugs. I'll just do 2 tugs there. I mean, actually, extra tugs aren't going to hurt. They do increase my maintenance cost by $10 a day, but then we're going to go over here and we are going to delete this stuff. Okay, so now we got that. Now I still need to fix this issue here, and one the problem, okay, so these 2 and all of these exit here. These 2 exit here, and the entrances for all of these are here. Still have this crossway issue right here. So the only other thing I was thinking about was that I could delete it all and move it forward. Because I'm allowed to put taxiway up against this, just like I did here. If I put taxiway up against this, I can move the aprons up 1, 2 blocks. And where the issue's coming is when we have all this traffic that's going left to right, and this turns in here and the planes end up stopping here. Alternatively, I mean, there's a service road here and a service road here, and I've had congestion here on other episodes. Now there's no congestion here because they don't get backed up turning in. The issue is the turning in piece. So it makes me think I force them to go around, but of course that takes more time. So I still don't have a complete solution for this. I need to kind of think about what's happening. Also, the fact that these are next to each other, they're connected, so you're getting more cargo traffic going through these aprons, which might be part of the issue. I suppose potentially if I deleted this, like these 2 aprons here, that these would be on their own, and then these would be on their own. Well, what if I deleted the one in the middle? What if I delete that one and that one? Because then you wouldn't have all this cross traffic on this side. You would have cross traffic on the other side. Actually, you wouldn't. You'd have to, yeah, you'd put a road in. Okay, let me try that. As much as I like having them here because they're so close, it's just causing me so many problems. So this is a good example. I'll delete this. And then I'll connect this road there. That makes the service road on that end, and it won't block up this end. Then the cars will come down this way and come back, but when the plane pulls in, there'll be a blockage here. So I think what I'm going to do is delete that. Do that. So now what we're doing is we're bringing any service vehicles up and through this section here, which will move them left or right, depending on which way they go, which we'll have to keep an eye out for. And assuming that that is that works, then I won't have this cross traffic issue here that blocks the runway because nothing's going across. I mean, obviously I could still have it here. We'll have to look and see, and definitely could have it like up here. Look at this issue right here. And then also going to get rid of this. So everything is being forced into this roadway here, up to here, and across the bottom. It can go out either side, this side, it can go out the middle, it can go out this side, but it all has to be on the back side of the aprons. So the only time it would be an issue is if that the vehicles, the service vehicles, were blocking a plane from leaving. Yep. Good thing I remembered that. All right, so maybe we play a day with this and see if there's any other improvements I need to make. I do think I could add more maintenance over here though. I've only got 2,700, so let's go ahead and play it out. Let's see what happens. As you can see, we're going to fill in these 6 maintenance planes on that third top runway real quick. We've got planes coming in here. Let's keep an eye on this. Oh, let me delete that as well, so we're not paying maintenance on that. Oh, we got planes back here as well, so that's good. Let's take a look at our flight info. Getting close on that runway there. Yeah, we got some yellows. I mean, 87. There's this guy, right? Taking off.
Let's keep the checklist tight and
Oh no, he's right here still. His taxi time was 1:07. Yep. 1:07. That's what delayed him.
Let's keep the checklist tight and come load secure. No one else holding us back.
All right, let's see. Getting some reds on there. Waiting for takeoff slots. Service rating 53. No good. All right. I'm also going to change this to be landing and takeoff. Oh. Wait, where's this going? Down there? Yeah, that's fine. If that goes, so if I do that, I need to change that these 2 hangars go out here. These 4 can come out here. So let me change that real quick. that should help us with, now we can use this third runway for takeoffs of these maintenance aircrafts that come out of these 4 hangars. And when we add more hangars, anything up here can also go out of this. I mean, they can obviously go out here as well. My issue will be if they back this up. If they back it up, I may have to put that into a landing only stage again. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, he came out right out and got a spot. If they back it up for incoming flights, it's not a big deal because the count doesn't hurt us. But if they get backed up for outgoing flights, yeah, like, see? Yeah. And they're always going to use the closest runway. So I'm wondering if that's going to hurt us. I don't know. We'll have to see. So this plays out with the next round of planes that come up from there. It's managing the traffic good on this top runway right now. If I add more hangars, it's going to be an issue up there. I could definitely see that being a problem. So long. These guys got so long to travel. I'm gonna have to put an airport runway down here. I'm gonna do that at the end of this day. We've got to get that 4th runway in to help us, and then I'm also thinking long term. So about doing a more vertical runway up here. For these hangars and potentially even the passenger terminal. But let's so the problem with this is, okay, it's not that big of an issue. I don't have to delete these. I can reroute. That's not going to work. Because I was thinking about running it from the right side to the left side. But if I do that, that means that the planes need to enter down on the right side, which makes it would change how I have to run the taxiways. They'd have to come down, enter, and then they'd have to come back this way and enter the runway area. What I was thinking was, since these are already pointed up to the north, they're all exiting this way. Then I would just delete this taxiway and move it to here, and then I would just have them take off going that way. I think that's what I'm going to do. Where's the border line? Oh, maybe I own until there, I guess. Oh, right here. Is that it? No. Yeah, there it is right there. So I own a lot of that. So we want to get it so it's just gonna, but if I go that far, it's off the page. So we still want the arrows to line up with where the taxiway is going to come in at least. That would be helpful. So like that. And if I, I don't want to put it that close, obviously, but I think what I can do is put it out here. Then they'll come off on the end, on the far right, go left up to the taxiway, come all the way down, get into a stand. When they exit the stand, they'll go up and to the left. And then they'll make a left turn on their taxiway and come back down to the runway. So assuming that it was here, left to right, they would exit this way, go this way, enter a stand, come out, go this way, and back down. And if I keep the runway down here, that gives me the chance to put some more hangars down here. And fill in service vehicles and all kinds of stuff. So let's do it. And you need a 4x4, you need a 3x3 square for a apron for a cargo plane. And you need a 4x4 if you want to put in a cargo depot. So that's a 4x4, but you also need a road if you're going to put in a cargo depot. We're going to go one more down. There we go. Then we're going to take a taxiway, connect it, and we're going to do it over here. We're going to add our approach lights. We're going to add our follow vehicles. Okay. I think that's, we got to make, and then we want to disconnect. I mean, it's going to use the closest one anyway, but there's no point in paying for the extra roadway for the maintenance for the day. So you want to disconnect this all the way up to there. You want to reconnect the road. Okay. So now, I think we are these planes can come down here, but we don't want to let any planes, I mean this is a landing, so they're all going to go this way. But I need to make sure I have the directional arrows. I think I did put them on there. Yeah. Okay, right. Let's go next day. Come on. Oh. Already got planes coming in here. Ha ha ha. Here we go. Now, one of the issues I can see already is, so we're going to fill up this cargo area very fast. There's 5, but there's only 3 flight check vehicles. So we're definitely going to need, plus we're going to have this plane, plus we only have 3 follow-on vehicles. Well, let's see what happens. I don't want to rush and start spending all kinds of money. We need to start building up some reserves to build the passenger terminal. I don't have any idea how much maintenance that's going to cost per day either. So when you build it, you want to be able to have at least one gate that planes will go into that passengers can be flying out of, so you're making revenue to do that. I think we're making pretty good money. They're still taking 50% of our taxes too, so but this growth plan, I think it's going to be pretty good. We've got this runway down here running. Let me just see what the flight checks are at 125, cargo transfer 136 on that. Let's see what happened
Load
here.
secure. No MEL holding us back.
Yeah, his time at the stand was only 40 seconds. So
Start prepping
this
for offload.
one is at 10 seconds. This one's just
Parking
getting
brakes
in,
are
I
set.
think.
Ground crew, you're clear to approach. Parking brakes are set. Ground crew, you're clear
Yeah.
to approach.
So what we want to do is keep an eye on this.
Load secure. No MEL holding us back.
So that's more time than I would have liked. What's the story on that? Time at stand 120 plus his travel time down. And I don't know. Cargo transfer probably seems to be the issue. Let's see about
Load
this one.
secure. No MEL holding us back.
So he's time to stand 33 seconds.
Load secure. No MEL holding us back.
Time at the stand minute 32. Why was he a minute 32? Flight check. Yep. Yeah. So that's the other issue. What's the service range? Oh, look at that. Doesn't not even reach over here. And if you increase it, that, it's going to include all these other aprons, which is going to cause us a problem. We need to put a hangar and face it if we put a taxiway here, we could put a hangar here. Too close to the runway. Oh no. That would work. That would work. And then we gotta just I guess the closest tug depot is here. It has 6 tugs. Should be sufficient to get one down here in enough time. Would have to come through the airport, through the apron, or it's going to go up and around. So what I'm doing here, obviously, is I'm just checking that these cover it fully. So this one's going to service these three. This one's going to service these three. Can drop that down. We've got good, decent drone coverage on the whole thing. May have to get something here in a minute, but yeah, no, that's good. Spent a little bit of money. And we'll get our service times back, which is huge because that all affects the money you earn. And so, so what we're doing right now, what my goal here is to build consistent pattern of predictable daily revenue that comes in, because that's going to help us master the overall terminal building project, which is going to be huge, right? We're probably going to have to borrow money for that. We know that paying back money, if we borrow loans and all that, it's going to take us, 10 days inside the game potentially to pay back all of that money and to have a cushion of money sitting in the bank. So that's one of the issues we got to pay attention to. Let me take a look at our flight times here. Ooh. Stuck.
Let's run the pre-takeoff checklist.
What happened here? Oh, there's just the two of them. They're going the same place. That's why they're stuck. Well, that didn't help much.
Wheels up in just a moment.
What happened here? Why did he... Not much I can do about that. Just try to toggle between, and I could abort. It will let me abort a maintenance.
Cargo flight RG 371 traveling to Sao Paulo.
That one's worth
has departed.
243, 250. I guess I'll just.
Maintenance flight XCA 3.
These guys are coming too.
Let's run the pre-takeoff checklist.
Okay, I know how to fix this now. I know how to fix that. Okay, that guy just turned, and we should be good now. Okay, this is how we're gonna fix this. We're gonna come in here. We are going to delete this. Well, we're not gonna delete. We're gonna add taxiway right here. And then we are gonna make it left turn only. Yeah, so when it comes out, it'll only go left turn. Also, that one is left turn. As soon as this plays forward, I'll stop it and we'll put a left turn over here. There we go. So now, when that guy comes out of here, out of this stand, he can only go left and then take this to the runway. So we had an issue here where they were just blocking nose to nose. All right, well, glad we caught that, solved that problem, and unfortunately it cost us $250 or $243 in revenue that we had to abort. 4 runways running a ton of cargo, a ton of maintenance aircraft through our hangars, making good money every day, over 2,000 in profit. And certainly our gross profit was way higher. Not sure why they're getting 50%. I still complain about that every time. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Let's see what the next day brings. Again, we're trying to build our reserve coffers, get the money up for the passenger terminal. We're probably going to need to buy some land. Let me just take a look while that's running. So we've got room up here. We do have, I don't know, running the passengers down taxiways to these runways are gonna elongate the service times and create problems. I'm just telling you that right away. We're gonna have to add another runway for the passenger terminal unless we put the terminal down here, which means we need to buy land anyway. You could try and squeeze a terminal in here, and then you'd have to move the runway eventually. I guess you could build like a rectangular one terminal, but I don't know. Actually, where's the edge? Oh, the edge is here. I mean, you could build a terminal, a small terminal with like 1 and 2 gates over here. What you would do with the taxiway is you would bring the planes, the inbound planes in this way. Then you'd bring the taxiway up, you'd loop it. Oh yeah, I got the lights there, so that's an issue. You'd loop the taxiway around and down, and it'd be basically a one-way taxiway, and then it would re-engage the runway here or at the other spot. But you're gonna definitely gonna need some land for that, I'm thinking. It's just too tight over here. I mean, I could put the terminal. Oh. All these are getting bad numbers too. 4 minutes.
Let's run the pre-takeoff checklist.
Uh-oh. Oh, so we're stuck again in the same friggin' spot. Look at this.
Maintenance flight MAG.
Come on.
488.
Who's blocking this?
Aircraft going to stand. Going to
Traveling
118.7.
to London has departed.
Yeah, so like, why is this blocked up? What's holding it? So many issues. So frustrating with these aprons down here.
Maintenance flight H2 747 arriving from Brussels.
Aircraft going to stand. Going to 118.7. Aircraft going to stand. Going to 118. Let's run the load secure. Load secure. No MEL holding us back.
Yeah, these numbers aren't good because they're going to the runway.
Load secure. No
So
MEL
their
holding us
times are
back.
taken away. Those are the red times. These guys don't have bad times yet because they haven't made it to the
Going to 118.7.
apron yet. Just keep toggling between the speeds.
Cargo flight H2.
Everything's blocked up. And now this happened because the plane is in the way. I think we're gonna have to load and or save and reload. Oh wait, how did he get through there? You won't get, by the way, you won't get the next day icon because these planes and vehicles are still in the map and in the screen, so you're not going to be able to advance to the next day. So looks like we're back to save the game, load the game, and then it puts us back at 6 a.m. even though it was, 8 p.m. Puts us back at 6 a.m. And but I guess the benefit to getting stuck is that if you save the game and reload the game, you keep all your money that you had at the time, but it just resets your clock for the day. So you have the same day to make more money, I guess. 11 grand in the bank. That's a good sign. We have no loans. That's good too. I'm thinking that it might be smart to, how much is land? Might be smart to 7,000 to pick up a piece of land and decide where we're going to start building this terminal at and getting in position for where we need to go next with this. We've built a really good commercial industrial airport right now, and there's only a small square basically where I could do it down here and utilize this runway. Thing is, a runway costs $1,800, land costs $7,000. So you got this line here, which is our border line. It goes all the way up to here, all the way over to basically here, this corner. Put a marking there. And you can kind of see how much space we got. I'm starting to rethink the idea that I don't want to have to spend $7,000 on land, and I can just start using cash slowly to build out the terminal. Decisions, huh? Oh, what have we got? Stuck again? Stuck again. Stuck again. Rating. Oh, they're going to the runway.
Let's run the pre-takeoff checklist.
Yeah, they're going to the runway, so they must have got stuck and they freed themselves. That's a bug. They're stacking each other. Yeah, that was a bug. All right. Next day. What day number is this? Day 70. Take a look at our stats here. Yeah, you can see the increase from the hangars. Decent increase from 49 and 38. That was 2 days ago. The next day was 45 and 35. Okay, so to get the passenger terminal, you need a fire station, which is very easy. You just buy that and put it anywhere. You can only have one per location. I think I'm going to fill this section in here with solar so that we are start generate more carbon. The maximum that can be offset is 40%. Well, I don't know what the carbon offset is. Oh, solar farms 25. Maximum is 40%. Trees and grassland 875. Buildings, terminals. Oh, I'm gonna get hit again. Well, let's just that's buying land. There's no other carbon offset other than policies, I think. It's like electrical vehicles and but this is not. It lowers your carbon emissions, but it increases your cost by 20%. I don't want that. I always struggle enough with the money situation. So let's throw in a couple solar farms. That's a start. And then I'm thinking that we need to put I don't know. If we ran the runway north, we could put the terminal over here and just have them taxi out and take off. They're going to have to taxi down because that runway is not oh, it's not even going to fit. That won't even fit. But I could put it there. One runway, they come in from the right, they land toward the left. And up top, we'd start building out the terminal, and we'd put our gates across the top by the terminal and down the right side, potentially. But I think initially I would not put anything down the right side. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many options, right? I mean, I can't go vertical with it, but I can go left to right or right to left. Where do I put the terminal? Where do I put the access to the terminal? All of that's got to be figured out. And you know what? We're going to figure it out in the next episode. Thanks for hanging along. I hope that you like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. It doesn't cost you anything, but it certainly helps me, and makes me happy. Gives me that little hit of dopamine every now and then, and makes me feel like what I'm doing is worthwhile for the people who are watching. So thanks for checking it out. We are Spartica Games, and I am Spartica. Have yourself a wonderful day.